safe and having a wonderful, 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 spectacular day, night, wherever you are. Before we start, please consider clicking subscribe, and leaving me a like and a comment. I really appreciate it, guys. I would like to dedicate this video to Robdog, and especially in the midst of a very sad situation, his positivity and light. I am so very grateful to have him be a supporter of this channel, and one of the requests was made for a money advice video. So this will be mainly a whispered ramble to most of you who really don't want to hear about money, but this will be a money tips from your mom, so you may want to take some notes. These are all common sense tips, but when you hear them collectively, they make more sense, and something in you will start to click with the ideas or the information presented. I hope this helps every single one of you at least a little tiny bit. So without further ado, please sit back, and relax and enjoy this wonderful, wonderful video. I made a little list so I would not forget anything, but I'm sure I'm just going to start rambling on and on. The most important thing to start your money journey as a young person, maybe even as a middle-aged person, in your older years, your retirement years, it really doesn't matter, but it is crucial. It is crucial 100% to establish a savings account for yourself. Most of us have a savings account. Some of us do very well putting away money, putting away retirement. We have a buffer of money in our accounts maybe, but others, and I would say the majority of people are living paycheck to paycheck, and often I hear a lot of people are struggling to even get by with food or whatever bills that they have. They're just struggling every single day. It is thinking about money, which should not be the case. I realize there are certain circumstances that people cannot get out of, and I do realize there are so many exceptions to some of the things that I'm saying. However, where there is a will, there is a way. And I also love this quote, and you've heard me say it before. If nothing changes, then nothing changes. Meaning, if you're in the same predicament and you're going along and you're either paycheck to paycheck or struggling or something, you need to do something to change what is going on. So, by establishing a savings account, I'm talking deposit something in there every time you are paid. It can be $100, it could be $5, it could be any range of money, as long as it's something being put in there to stack up to a certain amount of money. It really depends on your lifestyle. It depends on what income you're getting and what expenses you have as to how much you're going to have in savings. But I think a good rule is, if you had any type of emergency based on how you're living, then could you cover that particular instance with the money in your savings? For instance, if you do not have pets, then a vet bill wouldn't even be on your radar. If you owned a house, then you could have a dryer go out, or a refrigerator problem, or any myriad of things. You could have a mold issue and have to pay for that. You could have a roof leak. If you're renting, someone takes care of that. So it just all depends on what is in your life. If you're renting with people, how are you splitting the bills? Are you paying for your own groceries? Is everybody buying filet mignon? Are people buying, food takeout constantly? You've got to get a budget. A budget. A B-U-D-G-E-T. A budget in order. A lot of times people will hear the word budget and be like, okay, it's time to change the channel, or I don't want to hear that, but I'm telling you guys, oh gosh, I wish everybody would just do it. In this day and age, it's so different. Everything is online, and I grew up with everything being, written down on paper. What I'm gonna do, my check register is on paper. I know that sounds funny, but I know to a T exactly what I have in my account. I know what bills are coming up. I have a buffer of money in there, like $200 to $300 sitting in there waiting for some unexpected bill to come up. I mean, I just went to the doctor a month ago and had two biopsies. Two biopsies. Everything is fine, but that cost me $197 that I was not planning for. So what I'm saying is stuff happens. So the next step after the savings is a budget. Okay, and what does that include? Let me tell you, I'm looking at my notes. What is my income going to? My income and expenses or bills or things that I want to apply the income to. So I get paid every 2 weeks. So I have a piece of paper, and on the very top I have payday 1, and I have how much money I'm bringing in with my husband, how much money, and then I proceed to list day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Day 13 is the cutoff for pay period 1 for me. So I will list every single thing that is due between day 1 and 13 on that piece of paper below the income. And so mine might include mortgage, tolls, groceries, gas, doctor copay, because we go to the doctor every single month, sometimes like 2 or 3 times a month, and that's collectively as a family. That might include our first car payment and car insurance, a water bill, electric cable. So I just go ahead, and what I did to prepare for this budget is I went back through my bank account statements 3 months prior. 3 months prior. And I looked at every single area that I spent money on. I grouped all of the groceries and takeout together as food. If I went to the movies, I put it under entertainment. If I went and I bought a shirt and shoes, I put that under clothing/shoes. If I get my hair done, which I do get my hair done, so I put that as hair. It's a hair budget. So anyways, I list every single thing I can possibly think of. If something is due on the quarter, then I will parse it out. If it's a certain amount of money, there's 15 every month, 15, and then the bill is due, I have it covered. That'll just sit in my account until it's due. Another thing I do is I do what is called sinking funds for me, and that is, what do I know is coming up that I need to purchase, but I don't want to just have like $200 all of a sudden going. I want to list it every single month and get something in there and then pay for it. Like a big one would be Christmas for us, since we have every single person in the family that we buy for. So I will put a Christmas fund on my budget and put a certain amount towards that to get to the Black Friday event where I I spend most of my money on that day. So list every single expense you can think of, and don't forget about those little times where you're like, I'm gonna send you money for this, or I'm gonna send you money for that. That has to be listed in your budget. And anything miscellaneous I just call a buffer. So previously I did not have any room for anything. I was definitely 100% living paycheck to paycheck and really negative balance. And I would supplement with my credit card, swiping my credit card. And I was told at the time, and I didn't want to hear it, that when you use your credit card, you are likely, not 100%, but likely to spend 12% more than if you use cash or debit. And at first I was like, oh, whatever, hello, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do if I can't afford it? I have to put it on there. Well, that's the easy but difficult way out. It's the easy way because you're just swiping and you're covering something, but the hard thing is that interest rate. It's not like the money just disappears and you don't know it. And so the harder but smarter way would be, you know what, I know I am struggling right now. I have so many things that I can eliminate from my life that this would be a sacrifice, but I must do it temporarily. I must. There's no more getting my nails done. Nails is when hair. I extend my hair in between, and I put hair shadow at $7 on Amazon. It's like a brownish color. Because getting your hair done is expensive, and I'm cheap. And I want to retire 100% debt-free, like no debt whatsoever. And so you make sacrifices temporarily so that you can live better in the future and not worry about what am I going to do when I'm 60, 70, 80 and on. So the budget is crucial. There are so many examples online. If you go on YouTube, if you go on anywhere and type in budget for beginners, or zero-based budget is what I use personally. I love the zero-based budget. I love it. Another thing, not that I want you to go buying something, but Dave Ramsey's Complete Guide to Money is what started me on this journey back in 2012. And he has a major empire of debt reduction tools, a plan, a blueprint, so to speak, that is so smart. And I just absolutely think it's just so smart, and it's worth to check it out. It's worth to get your life in order so that you are able to be prepared for whatever comes your way. Some of you watching are young and single. Some of you are expecting maybe to be married in the near future, maybe to have children in the near future. And just no matter what, college, cars, houses, etc., all these things are very expensive, and you want a plan, you want a little blueprint for your life. So please, please, please do a budget. And by budget, I mean you really have to be serious about listing every single thing. And I would suggest putting it on paper. I would not rely on just an online looking at the phone and there goes the information. I mean, like an actual piece of paper where you write down line by line, here's my income, here's what 1 through 13, and then here I get paid again, and here's day 14 to the end of the month. Or if you get paid only one time a month, here's the income, and here's all of the expenses. If you have irregular income, you will have to do something to have an average of what you get paid. Or maybe, like, I know secondary jobs because I just love the idea of, let me find something that is a good money maker to help get me to my goal. And one of my ultimate favorites so far, now I've only been doing it a couple months, but eBay reselling, or Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, whatever, wherever you want to go, whatever platform. But I watch a guy named Adam on Millennial Profit. Millennial Profit, you gotta check him out. Oh my gosh, Millennial Profit, so fantastic. I watch him every day. And he has a video that is zero start, and he's flipping things, but I think it's almost like he picks something up and he's like, I have this object in my house and I want to sell it. I don't have any money to start, but I'm gonna put this on eBay. I'm gonna take a few pictures of it. I'm gonna put it on there, and I'm gonna say this is $5, and I'm gonna send it, and the person's gonna pay for the shipping. I'm gonna get my $5 minus the fees that they charge, maybe a few bucks. And I'm gonna take the few bucks and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna buy. Oh, I went to the thrift store and I bought this little flashlight for a couple bucks, but I know that this flashlight is worth like $7. I'm gonna put it on there and I'm gonna sell that minus fees. I'm gonna get like $6 back, and then I'm gonna go and I'm going to buy a pair of glasses. And these glasses were $6, but I know that I can sell them for $20, and so on and so on and so on. Lastly, the one thing I want to make sure you realize is this is temporary sacrifice. It's temporary sacrifice. Anything can be done in a very short period of time. Give yourself a time frame. Tally up all of your debt, including student loans, including your car payment. Just tally up all your credit cards, tally up all your bills, tally up every single thing, and once you have it, set a goal and say, I want to pay this off in 2 years. Divided by 24 every month. I need this amount. Whoa, that's way too much. Well, then maybe I gotta get a second or third job in the temporary to pay this off in a certain amount of time. It is easier said than done sometimes, but it is doable. And a lot of times I see people that, and this is, remember everybody, there's an exception to everything. I understand 100% there's an exception, but a lot of times people will be talking to me and they're like, I struggle and I do this, and they like have really nice earrings, or they have fake nails, or I know they got their hair done, I see they have very nice outfits, or oh, look at that car they're driving, how nice is that, whatever the scoop is. And I'm not judging, but I'm just saying that maybe you need to sell your car and get a cheaper one, or maybe you need to extend your hair appointment. Maybe you need to get chintzy fake nail press-ons instead of the nice ones that you have temporarily. I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to you all. I hope you have a wonderful